Hey everyone, Chloe here, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, ladies and lurkers and ear hustlers, welcome. So I wanted to unpack and to take a deeper dive on the much talked about Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler. And I wanted to share my hypergamous thoughts on the red flag lessons that can be learned from the women of all ages and nationalities and cultures who have been played and finessed and who have been defrauded by con men and in some cases con women. And these diabolical deceivers, these grifters, and these con artists are all over social media, and they are constantly looking for naive, fresh targets and for gullible, hopeless romantics. Now, as a warning and for a bit of house cleaning, and before I get started, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen this film and if you are not a fan of spoilers, right now would be the opportune time for you to bow out gracefully. Now, for the rest of us, and for a bit of a backstory, The Tinder Swindler is a scandal based cautionary tale documentary that is currently streaming on Netflix and is about a serial catfisher, an entrepreneurial Dusty, and a fake international playboy who disguised himself under several trickster aliases, but whose main name is allegedly Simon Hayut or Simon Lviv. And this man was a full out fraud and a full out facade who even had the accomplices of a wingman and of a baby mama decoy to enable his predatory behavior. Simon Lviv pretended to be the son of a billionaire oligarch, and he made very strong claims of working in the dangerous waters of the diamond business. But in reality, Mr. Simon lived the very fraudulent life of a grifter, and his private airplane designer lavish first-class billionaire lifestyle in reality was funded by his victims by primarily using the very popular social dating app Tinder. Mr. Simon allegedly finessed more than $10 million out of his victims, and eventually he was arrested in 2019 and sentenced to 15 months in prison for identity theft, but was released on good behavior after having served just only 5 months of his a slap on the wrist 15-month sentence. Now, Mr. Simon, for the most part, is considered a sophisticated, high-level professional con man and is the smoothest of criminals when it comes to scamming women out of their pocketbooks, their life savings, their good credit, getting them to borrow from the bank, and getting them to loan out their own personal money bag. And there are plenty of cautionary tale red flag lessons that can be learned from this documentary so that women can be better attuned to both the petty and the high level scams that men are capable of when it comes to the game of love fraud. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I know that for many women that the current dating pool has COVID and fentanyl in it, but a scammer is a person whose intent is to con or is to get over on those that they deem insecure, an easy mark, or naive and gullible. And they are people who make both a science and an art and a lifestyle out of getting over on people because in their very calculating minds, a sucker is born every minute. Con men are the gift of gab hustlers who are on 10 with their professional web of lies, and their ability to dupe and finesse is next level, as they are highly skilled when it comes to duping women with flattery and by telling women all of the magical things that they want to hear. And they are experts at getting women to see them as the prize. And they are highly skilled at getting women to come to their rescue. And they are very charming and are very charismatic at playing on a woman's desire to feel needed and by tapping in on her desire to nurture others. And they are top-notch bait and switch experts at love bombing or fake spoiling women with undivided attention, and then they will go in for the kill by creating fake emergencies, which in turn will appeal to your need to feel needed. And the love fraud scammer has been doing this for so long that they know exactly the right women to choose to improve their odds of success. So here are 9 red flag signs of a con man grifter and what we all can learn from the Tinder Swindler. Number 9, simply put, looks are deceiving. In the online world, optics are everything, but looks can be deceiving, and you must train yourself and your third eye as an empowered woman to look beneath the surface when it comes to the powerful skill of vetting and getting to know men on a romantic level. When first meeting someone, everyone has a representative. And let me repeat that. Everyone has a representative. So you should never be fooled by appearances, even when those appearances are attached to expensive caviar and a private plane. Mr. Simon was able to lure women into his finesse mousetrap because it was too easy to dupe women who are too easily impressed by the visual trappings of success. In reality, billionaires do not scroll on Tinder, ladies, and truly wealthy people do not even dress in ways that attract to them even more attention. That is not how wealth works, and they do not plaster brand name labels across their chests. And just because a man is standing next to a plane does not mean that he owns it. Number 8, the sperm always chases the egg. Ladies, knowing this feminine wisdom alone will save you lots of heartache and pain in the long run. I know a lot of women think that giving a man money will make him want them more, but nothing could be further from the truth. When the egg is waiting to be fertilized by the sperm, the egg does not give him a leg up, a handout, or an alley-oop. The egg sits back and allows the best man to win, and with men, it is the same thing. Allow men to compete for your time, ladies, and for your femininity. And know that you are worthy. And don't ever set yourself up to be a financial meal ticket by a man. Number 7, stop accepting last-minute dates and on-the-spot requests. When dating or online dating, as tempting as it is, do not allow a man to make spur-of-the-moment demands on your time, as he is testing you and your levels of thirst to see how quickly you are to make yourself available. So if you are just meeting a man online, do not make yourself available to see him in the next 30 minutes, that same day, or that same evening, or even the next 2 days. Make that man wait and make that man chase if you want to be viewed as the prize. Number 6, stop falling for word salad. The oldest con artist trick in the book is the good old-fashioned art of flattery and word salad, because it is the easiest way to forge a fake bond. And Mr. Simon was very good at the art of flattery and at the art of falling in love too soon. Ladies, if it's only been a day since he's met you and already it's, I love you, I miss you, you are my one and only, I want to marry you, I want to move in together, I want to have babies with you, I never met anyone like you, you are so different from the others. Flattery is the intentional deception of getting a woman to lower her defenses so that a man can really get what he wants out of you. And that either is your time, your cookies, and in the con artist's case, your dinero. Ladies, always know when you are being love bombed, because a fraudster is always in a rush to easily win your trust and your affection without having to really earn it. Number 5, if he's too busy at work, then he's too busy to court you. Many con artists on dating apps pretend to be workaholics, or they pretend to be stuck abroad on a business trip so that they can dupe you into believing that they are driven and ambitious. And this tactic will often work because it provides a good excuse for not having to meet you or for not having to entertain you in person. The I work so hard excuse is also a good way to try and to win a potential victim's sympathy. Number 4, do not get in a plane with a complete stranger. Simples. Hello, kidnapping, dateline nightmares, and the trafficking of women is real. Number 3, dating is not a Disney fairy tale. The Cinderella complex is real, and this is a video on my channel that I highly suggest that you watch for a reality check. But dating as an adult is not about being rescued. Dating is about finding both chemistry and compatibility, and is not about living a Disney fairy tale. And that is why fairy tales are for children and not for grown adults. Ladies, life is not a fairy tale, and devils and derelicts are real. As women, we tend to want to see the good in everyone, and we were taught since kindergarten to be people pleasers. But in general, when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time because they know themselves better than you ever will. And this goes for both men and women. Ladies, if their actions do not match their words, do not reward them with your heart, your time, your attention, and more importantly, your love. Number two, a man who disappears for large pockets of time is a giant red flag signal that you are not the only one. Ladies, when a man wants you, you will not have to chase him, beg him to spend time with you, and you will not have to have many sleepless nights wondering where he is laying his head. And finally, number one, stop giving a man money. Ladies, never give a man money and keep your purse closed. No exceptions. And yes, that includes emergency borrowing. When I first started this channel, one of the keys to being a feminine woman is positioning yourself to be a receiver instead of being a giver. And that includes not giving money to men under any circumstances. Men are supposed to be the providers of the world, and when you are around them, your pocketbook should remain shut. And in the case of Simon Leviev, wealthy men, ladies, are connected men and would never have to rely on a woman to bail them out of a jam. And they certainly would not have to rely on a woman to help them fix their billionaire problems. Men actually tend to respect us more, ladies, when our money boundaries are in place. And yes, some dusty men may get upfront angry about not being able to get their way when it comes to your bag, but when he cools off, he will understand that he was totally out of order in the first place for asking you. Now, the aftermath of this documentary will have you shook because Simon is still out there balling. He doesn't care at all about who he has hurt because he is evil, and clearly he considers all of the women that he's duped mere casualties of the game. He only spent a few months locked up, and he will use all of this incredible negativity clout and Netflix press to gain more infamy, to bag more women, and to even make more money. As a true grifting con man is a survivor and will never stop conning, as the game is to be sold and not told. And if Mr. Simon is as good at what he does as they say he is, he will find a way, dating apps or not, because the power of clout is now strongly at his doorstep. So that is all that I have to say on this for now, but love fraud has become such a common money hustle scam in the online dating world because there are so many women who are romantically so desperate to find the one that they are often seduced, duped, and blindsided by the promises of reciprocal love until the entire rug is pulled out from underneath their feet by a fairy tale hoax. So, ladies and lurkers, have any of you seen the Tinder Swindler? And what are your honest experiences with online dating? And lastly, can any woman get got, or does being swindled only happen to desperate women? And as always, I look forward to reading your amazing responses and your comments. And stay tuned for more cautionary tale videos to come. And I will catch up with you ladies and lurkers and ear hustlers in the next one.